Hi, good morning, folks. Welcome to the Early Bird. We're going to take a look at last night's game as the champs are right back in it. Coming up. You know, it's funny when you look back, just the history, all the games you guys have watched over the years, over the playoffs. It always seems the one team that's strong enough to come back in situations like this are the defending champions. You never write them off. You never write them off, because I wrote them off going into these two games, but it's starting to be evident what's going on is that the Rangers on the road now, folks, there's a struggle happening with the Rangers winning road games in this playoffs. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. I just want to go over the game and we'll talk a little bit about it. I plan to have a busy day today, guys. I got a ton of things to do this morning. I lost my Medicare. Don't even ask how I did that. I did, and I got the hospital on Monday, so I got to go get a replacement filler. It's a long story, but I do plan to put a hell of a night in today, so I will commit to that. I plan to put in a bunch of videos tonight. There's no game, so no excuse for me not to be in videos tonight. Let's get into it. The champs win 4-1. The Rangers just shaking their heads saying, you know, we played not too bad in this one, but what are we going to do with these guys? The Rangers are not winning on the road in this playoff. It's official now. They're 2-7 on the road, 8-1 at home. They've lost one game, all playoffs at home, and that was that triple overtime game 1 to Pittsburgh, and that's it. They're undefeated at home. And this is a perfect chance now for Tampa, I think, going into next game in New York to win, because the Rangers are due to lose a home game. They are. And they can't keep winning forever at home. Eventually that catches up to you. Ask Carolina. Okay, let's take a look at the storyline. Lightning top Rangers in Game 4, even Eastern Conference Final. And the numbers, very clear if you look, that the Rangers were in this game. The Rangers outshot the Lightning 35-31. The face-off's pretty even, 48% for the Rangers, 52% for the Lightning. Their lethal power play scores again, 1 for 2 on the power play, the Lightning 0 for 3. The Rangers threw out 35 hits, the Lightning 27 hits. The Rangers had 11 blocks, the Lightning had 17 blocks. And the Rangers in this one only did 3 giveaways, and Tampa Bay had 9 giveaways. Shots on goal per period. First period, 10-8 Rangers. Second period, 12-7 Rangers. Third period, 16-13 Tampa Bay. Total in the game, 35-31 Rangers in favor of that number there. The one statistic you don't see here, because if you look, it favors the Rangers in so many areas, right? I mean, not big, but it just favors them, is really scoring chances. Tampa Bay had better scoring chances in this game. I'm not sure what the number was there, but Tampa Bay did have the better scoring chances in this game. For anybody that watched it, probably would agree with that. This Rangers team, folks, is definitely for real. But how are they going to react now to the pressure at home? This is the question. If you're a Rangers fan, you're kind of like, you know, we had them on the ropes. We had them 2-0. We were up 2-0 in Game 3. We let them slip out of our fingers. And you can ask Toronto how that feels, because they had Tampa on the ropes. They had them 3-2, Game 6 in overtime. They had a few shots on goal in that overtime, couldn't put it away. And when you don't put away a team like Tampa Bay and you give them second life, they're going to get stronger and stronger. I believe Tampa Bay next game is not going to be any easy put down. I don't care if the Rangers have won 8 in a row at home. It doesn't matter. You can throw that out the window. When you're playing a defending champion and you've given them second life, which now they have, now they probably feel like we don't want to get close to elimination again the rest of this playoff. That's just what I'm thinking they're thinking. It's going to be hard, I think, guys, to put down this Tampa team now. But if any team can do it, it's probably the Rangers, because this Rangers is young enough, fast enough, and carefree enough to maybe just go out there and do it. The only thing I can't understand is when they do less giveaways, for some reason, they don't win. But again, those are road games. I'm starting to see that pattern now where it's a Jekyll and Hyde team. And they're not terrible on the road. Don't get me wrong. The Rangers are not terrible on the road, but they can't close games out. They can't come back in games. There's a pattern. There is a pattern. They're not getting slaughtered on the road. They're not. But they're definitely beatable when you got them in your home rink. I don't know. That this is really up in the air. Colorado's just sitting back, putting their feet up, relaxing, and they're getting ready. I'm hoping no matter what, we see Braden Point hopefully comes back. And I want this series to go 7. I'll say that. I do. I want to see this go deep. I mean, I don't like to watch any series when it goes this far in the playoffs end prematurely, like the Edmonton Oilers going out in 4. I just don't like it. It's not fun for the neutral fans. It's just not fun for us because we want to see as many games as possible. And the Rangers right now, I think, are a team that's being tested once again. Their character, all of it, is being tested once again. And sometimes you run out of answers, okay? And I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. Rangers fans, if you're watching this, no. But they're in a position now that they have to have another gut check with this squad because it's been, let's face it, all their series, have been deep series, and this is going to be another one. It's going to go at least 6 now, no matter what. So the Rangers have to come back, find their home game one more time to make sure they get that Game 7 on home ice if they can't solve the road issue. And for Tampa Bay, do they have the killer instinct of a champion to go right into New York next game, win convincingly, and take the sail right out of that playoff run that the Rangers have done? Because sometimes it ends. The playoff run just ends all of a sudden. We've seen it. As Sabres fans, we've seen it where it just ends and it doesn't make any sense. It's over. But this is kind of what happens eventually to teams that are not ready to be a champion yet. It kind of just ends and you're left it's like you lost your pet and you're trying to find your pet and you can't, and it's frustrating and it's worrisome and all those emotions. And when it comes to the champs, I think they're going to be totally ready next game. Totally ready. I don't think that the Rangers will have an easy go of it at home. This is going to be hard. There's going to be the pressures all on the Rangers now, going back home to maintain this home thing that they've been doing all playoffs. It's not going to be easy. It really isn't. It's like you're asking more and more and more from this young squad. It's like, how much can they handle? I don't know. We're going to see. Them letting Game 3 slip away might have been the end all of this playoff run if they do bow out in this series. And if Tampa lose, then they were up against a young squad that just was relentless and would not go away, which I think the Rangers are. I do. I think the Rangers are not going to go away either. If I'm a betting man, I would put my money on Tampa next game. I just would, just because the odds say that the Rangers should win again at home, and I'm one that screw the odds is kind of my attitude sometimes. I just don't buy into it. I've seen too many strange things over the years in the playoffs, and this Rangers team right now might have too much. It just might be too hot to handle. It just might be. We're going to see. It should be good, guys. It really should be good. Put it this way, it wouldn't shock me if Tampa wins in New York and then New York wins in Tampa and forces a Game 7. That wouldn't shock me at all. It just wouldn't, because the Rangers have a never say die attitude also. This should be a fun one. I could see this going Game 7 in overtime. I really could also. I know you fans that are Tampa Bay fans and Rangers fans don't know if you can handle it. You'll handle it because that's part of the game. That's the real overtimes, folks. The ones that go to, in the playoffs. Those are not the fake overtimes that we see during the regular season. These are the real ones, where it's a war out there and the bodies are flying everywhere and it's like up and down, up and down, up and down, save after save. And it's just terrific. It's terrific hockey to watch. That's why our boys got to get back to the playoffs, guys. We got to get back into these types of games, have these kind of memories that these franchises are having. That's it. I'm going to do some videos tonight, folks. I'll see you in those. I just got to get out of here and see if I can exist again with the The Medicare system, my goodness. I don't know how I did this. I just lost my Medicare somehow. It's nowhere in this house. So I am not looking anymore because I'm not going to find it. I'll find it in 6 months from now if it's here. So that's it. I'll see you guys tonight. Have a good one till then. And no hockey tonight, folks. So no excuse for this guy not to be getting videos at you. See you tonight.